everyone, it's Tara with the Cedar Rapids Public Library, and today I will be sharing with you some book recommendations from the nonfiction section of our TumbleBooks site. TumbleBooks is the Cedar Rapids Public Library's database of animated ebooks for kids. TumbleBooks is a great resource for you parents out there to use with your kids to keep them reading through this break from school. It also has some educational games and National Geographic videos as well as bilingual books. If you have any trouble using TumbleBooks, you can refer to my tutorial video that was posted on the library's Facebook page 3 weeks ago, which is also on our YouTube channel. You can also call the library with any additional questions. I do have one tip for those of you who look into reading any of the nonfiction books that I'm going to recommend. If you're having trouble locating one of the books I discussed, click this View All Titles button, and then you'll see all of the titles that TumbleBooks has in its nonfiction library. And there's also a second page to click on as well here. All right, so let's get started with our first book called Animals Black and White, and another one called Guess What's Growing Inside This Egg. So these two picture books, the first by Phyllis Limbacher and the other by Mia Posado, discuss a variety of animals by giving clues to the reader. These riddles are engaging, and it can be fun to think of what animal might fit the clues. This first one, Animals Black and White, is a little bit shorter and works well for kids in preschool through 3rd grade. And the second book, Guess What's Growing, includes more explanatory information about the animals, and it runs a little bit longer. So this one would work well for most kids in kindergarten through 4th. The second book that we'll discuss is called Monet Paints a Day, and this is by Julie Dannenberg. So in this creative biographical picture book, Monet appears as the narrator, telling the audience about a real day in his life. This book seamlessly helps us understand Monet, where he lived, his temperament, as well as gives us an introduction to the style of Impressionist painting that Monet is famous for. The illustrations in this book, done by Caitlin Hermel, also give the reader a sense of the Impressionist style. This book is suited for kids in grades 1st through 5th. The next book we'll take a look at is called The Bumblebee Queen. So if you have any bee-loving kids or children interested in insects, this would be a good book for them to explore. This book delves into the life cycle of a bumblebee colony and gives us images of what happens inside a bumblebee hive. Did you know that a bumblebee queen starts a new hive totally by herself, taking care of her larvae and gathering food? These larvae then turn into worker bees and are much smaller than the worker bees born later in the season. This book is suited for kids in grades 1st through 4th. Let's take a look at my final recommendation, which is called Wired. I think it's on the second page. Here it is. So this is by far the most complicated of the books that I've talked about so far. Wired introduces us to the concept of electricity and the electrical systems that allow our homes and appliances to function. Author Anastasia Sewin discusses power plants, power lines, and the technology that control electricity within our homes. I definitely learned some new facts about electricity in this informative, detailed picture book. This would be appropriate for kids in grades 3rd through 6th. All right, so this was my last TumbleBooks recommendation for you. Feel free to check out my other videos as well as these extra tabs that you see here, because TumbleBooks also includes puzzles and games. The bilingual, the bilingual books are included here in language learning. So there's lots to explore on this site. And as always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or feel free to reach out to us through our main line. So thank you for watching. Have a great day.